you ain't standing out, you ain't worth looking at.
That's one gang. Okay. Probably practicing.
Man,
Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up
Pretty hard. Get some of that new Comex stuff that Maddox cooked up.
Well, the guys I'm running with, they're all
Understanding the operators ain't hard. They know how to live. The other gangs, dying is more their strong suit.
All of us, we're screwed without you. But I'm like, no, man, you guys hold me back. So I traveled crazy shit you wouldn't believe even if I told you about it. And I wind up here. Now I find out who Coulter is, and I just march right up to his face and say, well,
Never
here
did get
I
why
am.
Coulter brought in 3 gangs to clean Nuka-World. I mean, he had us. Don't need the rest.
You haven't seen anything that's
Let's have a little chat
out of the
with
ordinary around here, have you?
Gage
That last
first
one
before we
died
start
too
killing
fast.
everybody.
I thought we told you to keep your ass.
I mean, it will be some undertaking to kill all
Heard
these.
you put a pretty good beat down on Val. What happened?
I was out of smoke
Sees the guitar I'm carrying, and he says, "Oh no, shit, you can play?" And I look at him and I say, "I don't know, man. Can I?" Yeah, Coulter, like you said, I am the real deal. And he loses his mind.
Welcome home, boss. The digs are yours now. I hope you like the look. Coulter had some peculiar tastes. But this view is something, huh? Everything you see here is under your control, now that you're in charge.
Yeah, I still don't get it. Why put me in charge?
You may have noticed that our former overboss, Coulter, was a fucking asshole. And that's me being nice. Ended up being poisoned for this whole operation. The way I see it, surviving the gauntlet means you've got what it takes. Or at least the potential. For a good while now, we've needed someone who can get shit done. Make real progress.
If I'm really running the show now, let's get to work.
Now that right there is just the kind of attitude I was hoping for. Look, I'll be honest with you. This operation needs someone to step in and take the reins. Sure as hell ain't gonna be me. Leading outright ain't my style. And there's already some blaming me for supporting Coulter all this time. My talents are best put to use helping a new overboss get all this shit under control. You get me?
What sort of talents would you say you have, Gage?
Aside from being a good shot and having a foul mouth, I've run with gangs nearly my whole life. I know how raiders think, what they're after, and how to use that to your advantage. Trust me, I'm in this just as much as you are. This shit needs to work out.
I hear you, Gage.
Good. I know I'm throwing a lot at
Be
you all
interesting to
at
see how
once
this is
here.
gonna work out.
Let's take a step back and talk big picture, okay? Nuka-World. Shit. This was the dream. Huge. Built like a goddamn fortress. You run this, world is yours. We had a good head start on it. A lot of work went into getting the disciples, the operators, and the pack to work together. But we got here. About a year ago, we push in through the front gate. Take over Nuka Town. Get these traitors under our thumb. And then, well, Coulter got lazy. He was content to sit on his ass. Never bothered putting in the effort to finish taking over the park. The gangs got restless and started pissing each other off. It is a real mess.
Wait, what kind of mess am I walking into here?
It was little shit at first. Heated tempers, arguments, the occasional shooting. Got worse over time, though. Gangs started staking out as much territory as they could, all being on top of each other like this. Started looking for excuses to turn on each other. If something ain't done soon to settle things down, it's gonna reach a point there ain't no coming back from.
Coulter couldn't pull this off? He was weak. Didn't deserve to be in charge.
Tell me about it. I thought he had what it took, so I helped arrange this whole deal. Didn't work out. But now that you're here, we got a second shot. Ain't gonna lie. I've heard about you. Part of that railroad, ain't you? I don't give a damn about their little crusade, but guess I know you got some fight in you. Look, I know these gangs. Been working with them or against them for years now. I'll help you, okay? Walk you through everything. First thing you gotta do is get the gangs behind you. Without them supporting you, you're not getting shit done. You don't have to trust them. Hell, you don't even have to like them. But you need them to respect you enough to follow you.
They'll listen if they're all afraid of me.
Okay, settle down. Most of these psychos have seen shit that'd scare your nightmares. They're not gonna be that easy to intimidate. Look, technically, you're already the new overboss, right? That's like half the work done right there. Just meet the leaders. Talk with them. Flex your muscles a little. Show them you mean business.
What happens after they're on my side?
Then, we get started on taking over the rest of Nuka-World. But, one step at a time. You in?
Okay, let's do this.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. You just need to show them you're the right man for the job. I'll be here if you need me. You are the overboss after all. Just don't screw this up.
Eat them all right now.
You need something, boss?
Nope. Put that in there. Just wait. Keep it on us. Need all these. They're carrying a lot on us, but I just wonder if I start taking out one gang, how the rest are gonna react to me.
They got by. Somehow they got noticed. In particular, Atlas noticed the gang leader's woman, a blonde number named Hope. Atlas, they say, was smitten, in love from the moment he laid eyes on her. Hope, though, well, she didn't feel the same.
Okay.
Not only did someone survive the gauntlet, but he took on Coulter and won. I already hear people talking about some secret agreement between Gage and the gangs, saying whoever took down Coulter would take his place. You believe that? I didn't vote for this guy. How come he gets to be
Hello,
overboard?
nice hope.
I mean, hell, if I had known they were looking for somebody, I would have thrown my name into that hat. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever. I can't wait to see what our new leader has planned. At least, can't be any worse than Coulter, right? Right? Hey, asshole, you're listening to Raider Radio. Started that my name is
Down and see what's down here. Nuka-World. So one can decide yes to try and clean out the old raiders at once, or one can try and rule the raiders pretty much. Interesting. Okay, let me get my last cup of coffee for today. We move on and see what we do. Be right back. Good, you needed to lose a few points. Good bot. The Nuka looks kind of big, so question is,
Waste of time.
Nisha really only has one rule around here. Don't get caught. Nisha really only has one rule around here. Don't get caught. Watch yourself, boss. Because we sure will be.
Watch yourself,
You know we should
boss.
run this place. Not some little greeny Gage dragon. We're giving him a second chance.
Gage screws this up, he knows we'll skin him alive. So shut up and be patient.
What about you, big guy? Nothing to say on the matter?
As long as he doesn't get in my way. Don't much care.
Yeah, figured as much.
Both of you just get out of here. And make sure the others get the message.
The new OB, huh?
Don't look like much
I
to
reckon
me.
you're here to talk to Nisha.
Wanna talk?
She's in charge.
Talk to Nisha.
Vill du se någonting av det, right?
Hey,
So, you're Gage's little pet project.
Don't have to come up to me and say, man, Red-Eye, that was so good. Man, I love that. I already know what's
Watch it, lady. I'm no one's pet.
Really? Gage made Coulter, and now here you are. I'm just calling it as I see it. Everyone knows we all wanted Coulter dead. Of course, if I had my way, it would have been a slow, painful process. But whatever. Let's get this meet and greet over with. I'm Nisha. I lead the Disciples. We've only got one rule around here, and that's keeping the peace of this alliance. Otherwise, the way we see it, this world stopped caring about rules the moment people started dropping bombs on one another.
What do you mean by keeping the peace?
It means do what you want, but don't get caught. The last thing I need is the operators and Pat breathing down my neck. We can take either of them one-on-one, but I don't like my odds when it comes to double duty. So keep the peace. It's the only rule we need.
Rules just hold us back. We should be free to do what we want.
That's what I was trying to tell Coulter all along. Maybe if he listened, he'd still be around. Although I could give him a little credit. He built the gauntlet, after all. Of course, it was total shit at first. No imagination. But we spiced it up a bit.
I thought it was pretty impressive.
Good to see the new boss at least has some taste. I might let you keep that head on your shoulders after all. Let's just hope Gage is right about you. He made a lot of promises to get us here. Never followed through. So you better not screw this up, because I'm not about to tolerate another round of bullshit.
It depends on what you're looking for.
Someone who's not afraid to get blood on their hands and make some real changes around here. You see, the Disciples don't make empty threats. We make good on them. We aren't swayed by caps like those spoiled brats obsessed with their hair, or those savage animals who can't behave in public. Fuck this up, and I will kill you. Although, I admit I have even better plans for Gage. But, if you support us and keep your promises like a good little overboss, we back you. You get to live, and everybody wins.
And why would I trust you?
Because we need each other. You give us what we want, and it's just a matter of time before everyone in the Commonwealth knows your name.
And what is it you want?
When you finish what Coulter started, you give us control of this park. Then you set your sights on the Commonwealth. And once the Commonwealth is yours, and believe me, with our help, it will be. You just make sure the Disciples have more than our fair share of the territories.
I'll think about it.
Of course. Just remember to think about it like this. How much do you value your life? Then, when you realize just how much, there's no shortage of work around here. So, if you're looking to prove you've got what it takes, you know where to find me.
It's Red Eye here, running Raider Radio. Love it, and you know it.
Let's meet him first and see what's going on. I'm just wondering if I'd
Crossing
start.
apologist crazies. Just ignore them. Told those freaks to stick to their camp.
If I start killing one, will they all
Things
get
are
hostile
boring as
all
hell
over the
since
place
Mission
soon?
made us team up.
Then
Ain't
we
no
will have a
family
lot to
like
kill.
others. Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up close and personal.
Mags and William normally have me frisk visitors. But you get special treatment.
I get special
Sorry,
treatment.
Mags. All anyone's turned up so far is that he's got that pit boy on his arm.
So, our new overboss is a vault dweller.
Or ice the vault.
Yeah, glasses, buddy.
You can go.
Ooh, this one will be a bit rough to do.
Hey.
Well, I suppose we all owe you for putting down Coulter.
Man was an idiot. Made us all look bad.
A clown stuck in his own little car. I guess we can take some solace in the fact that someone finally gave him what he deserved. I want to know, what did you feel as you did it? When you brought that walking pile of human garbage to his knees?
Taking down an opponent like that? It's thrilling.
Sure looked it.
Perhaps you're better suited to this than I expected. Regardless, Gage's decree means that you're the new overboss. I suppose we can only hope you work out better than the last one. I'm Mags. This is my brother, William.
Pleasure.
Along with our co-conspirator, Lizzie, we run this crew. Call ourselves the Operators. You'll come to understand soon enough that we are the only gang you should be backing around here. Because we're the only ones who see this place for what it is. A temple. A testament to the only thing that matters in this world.
And what's that?
Caps. This place was built for the sole purpose of taking caps out of the pockets of fools. We only joined Gage and Coulter's little menagerie in order to restore it to that goal, though by somewhat more cutthroat methods than I expect its founders intended.
Instead, Coulter had us sitting on our asses for the better part of a year while he lived large in his damn mountaintop.
And that means, if you're going to be in charge around here, we'd like some assurances that you intend to bring this place back to its true purpose. And that we're going to get back to robbing folks of their fucking money.
And you want to explain to me why exactly I should be backing the operators?
Because we dispense with the bullshit. My people aren't commanded by lunatic bloodlust or animal instincts. We are the only rational players around here, and would make valuable allies, so long as we know you intend to get this place back to bringing in caps.
So we want to know what your plan is.
My goal is to use this place to make all the money I can.
Well, it's about damn time.
I look forward to seeing your claims put into action. So, you're welcome in the parlor whenever you like. make yourself at home. And if you think you might be interested in running some jobs for us, you just come speak to me, and we'll all be anxiously awaiting getting this place back to doing what it does best.
Overboss. Making trouble? Good. If Lizzie asks you to volunteer for one of her tests, don't.
Mags, William, and Lizzie. All you have to do is hear them speak.
Let's go and get some sleep.
Damn Nuka-Cola song stuck in my head again.
You need something, boss?
Looks like a dirty bed, though. Let's see. Nope.
You need something, boss?
That last one died too fast. I'm losing my touch. That last one died too fast.
If you're wearing a collar, it's because you asked for it. Ain't no one's a slave that don't want to be.
What?
Welcome to the nest, boss. We was one.
You a sheep or a wolf? Because the pack only runs with wolves.
Kitty cat. No petting.
Life's too short for bullshit. Like it's your last day. No, you have to wait a long time to see.
No, I'll walk right up there.
Exactly. Most can handle their own shit without bothering me about it. You need help finding your place here?
No? No, I can handle it.
There's plenty of collars in the chemistry.
It ain't easy keeping the zoo. We all do our part.
Now that I get a closer look at you, not sure I'm buying this new overboss thing.
You gonna be a problem I need to solve?
Slow down there, boss man. We're just getting to know each other. Name's Mason. The pack's Alpha. This here's our side of it. You might be overboss for now, but I'm the boss of the pack.
It's gonna stay that way. As long as you don't go forgetting that, we're gonna be fine.
Let's work together, Mason. Yeah, I'm not interested in ruining your gig.
That ain't a lie. Things might end up all right between us. Look, it ain't like anyone broke up about Walter. Just figured on his replacement being different. Gage says you're the boss now, so you're the boss.
Coulter was weak. Why'd you follow him at all?
Been wondering that ourselves. Don't get me wrong, Coulter was definitely overboss. Not that. And things were good in the beginning. Real good. But that was a year ago. When Coulter went soft. Wanted to take stock in what we achieved.
So what is it you want?
Action. Something. Anything more than the sitting around we've been doing for the last year.
I'm listening.
Sure, this place beats living in the shitholes we had out there. But it ain't the palace of caps we signed up for. Ain't none of us happy. Not even the disciples. And they're normally a chip of bunch so long as they're drenched in blood. Things were going to hell fast. Gage put the brakes on that. Got us together. Promised to find someone to deal with Coulter.
I trust we're done with the history lesson.
Yeah, boss. Just trying to fill you in on why we're all so pissed off. Look, let's cut to the chase. You gonna do right by the pack? I hear you've been talking to the other gangs.
What's the pack got over the other gangs?
The pack are the meanest sons of bitches you'll ever meet.
Yeah, they have
do
like
whatever it
dog
takes.
fighting.
We're fiercely loyal. The operators will cut your throat as soon as they get what they
Different
want out of you.
enemies.
And the disciples, who the fuck knows what those crazy bitches want? There's something wrong with them. You can't trust someone who ain't willing to show you their face.
Don't worry. You'll get your fair share of the caps.
Sure, fine. But it ain't just about the caps. It's also about respect. If you want to set your heel,
Hello, Renji.
we expect
How
to
you
be
doing?
top dogs around here. One last thing before I let you go. There's always work to do around here, keeping the zoo in order. If you're ever able to lend a hand, drop by. Loyalty's a two-way street.
They have like this. They have like a dog fighting. It was a mole rat last time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're gonna go the violent way, I think. See how it goes.
Mason's been waiting for you.
Hi there! Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, how high were they when they built this place?
Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you damn Nuka-Cola song stuck in my head again.
The overboss returns. Well, you're back in one piece. That's a good sign. Everything all peachy with our friendly neighborhood psychopaths? Sure hope you didn't promise them too much. I mean, going a little over the top is part of the game, but you don't want them holding it against you if you can't deliver.
All the gangs are on board.
I knew you had it in you. Time to roll up your sleeves, boss. There's work to be done. This place is huge, divided up into sections, parks, whatever the hell they called them back in the day. We need to take them all back, one at a time. Every section we secure gives us a little more breathing room and more resources. You stake a claim, plant a little flag for one of the gangs, and that settles it. It's theirs for good. Who gets what, that'll be your call. Whoever you hand it off to will appreciate it, but the others might get a little jealous. You know how it goes.
Plant a flag? Are you serious?
Dead serious. Look, you leave it up to anyone else, the gangs will all just fight over who deserves the space. A lot of these idiots can't read, so it needs to be as plain as day for them to get on board. They know what to watch for. So that's it. Nice and simple, right? Take a minute. Settle in if you want. And then let's get to it. And hey, we're in this together, so I might as well go all in. You want me watching your back? You just say the word.
No thanks. I got this.
Suit yourself. Change your mind. I'll be around.
So, I must wonder what is at these places then. Is there some just a second.
Why not try a refreshing Nuka Grape, Nuka Orange, or Nuka Cherry? Now available at any one of our park concession stands. Come witness the majesty and the pageantry of King Cola's court. Tickets for all showings available now at the Kitty Kingdom box office. Today's performance of Capio and Bottlehead will begin in approximately 15 minutes.
Promise, since we don't use
We've added a second performance of Queen Quantum's Coronation. Please check your part brochure for details.
maybe I should have kept the weapon with me.
Identify yourself. All abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Does this take us? Start. Oh shit, man. What the hell? Why can't I?
Please clear the area until order has been restored.
Oh shit. Those things blow up now too?
colony on Cola 5 is under attack. The colony on Cola
You ready for your first combat mission?
They're all
Stick with me.
Identify yourself. Identify your hostile target.
Oh, okay. How did that one get hit?
Enemy forces are moving to attack the colony. We're getting reports of orbital strikes. They can't hold out much longer.
Kill. Kill.
Squads 3, 4, 5. You are clear for launch.
The flight coordinator will direct you
Move to red alert. Deploy all fighters.
So all these places just has a lot of robots.
Please make sure all these objects are secured before boarding the ride.
Forces are moving to attack the colony.
You could call it orange.
We're getting reports of orbital strikes. They can't hold out much longer. Squads 3, 4, 5.
The flight coordinator will direct you to your Nuka fighter.
Captain Astro Gutsy.
Please make sure all loose objects are secured before boarding the ride. Please watch your step as you enter the boarding area.
Vad då sista öppet står... Vad in finns?
The flight coordinator will direct you to your Nuka fighter.
Aliens! No way up. Ouch. Going down? Okay.
Planet escape set. North entrance.
This place looks like it's seen better days. Oh shit, one of these. Door to nothing, huh? You're taking me while I'm not doing anything, damn it. Gotta love those announcers talking into the microphone, and all you hear in the speakers of the static and sparkling, like one letter.
Please step into the open and identify yourself. All abiding citizens have nothing to fear.
Okay, that became too many. The problem is I can't do anything with the turrets. No idea where I'm going. Could always check the map, I guess. No, we came from here. Okay, so we got a key to all the doors here now.
Squads 3, 4, 5. You are go for launch. Move to red alert. Deploy all fighters.
This is where you start it all.
Enemy forces are moving to attack the colony. We're getting the
Hey. Oh, this is what I want. Exit. Where we end up at. So like in this place you really need a ranged weapon now because of all the turrets. A little bit of a shame.
Just a reminder that Nuka-World is not responsible for injuries sustained by the audience during the Cola Clowns Comedy Cavalcade.
The one has to pretty much kill everything. That one. I wonder if that means turrets too. I would say the easiest way is probably just to kill all these factions instead and just have it done with. So let's see how that goes. You do it that way. I couldn't. So.
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Let's just kill all the raiders and be done with it, huh? The other way is free all the different parts.
That last one died too fast.
Right? I mean, I'm totally capable of running my own gang.
Gage must have pulled a few strings if someone like you was in charge now.
Let's see what happens when we go in here and start do it like this. In case we need it. So where's this leader at? Punk some sense into her.
Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up close and personal.
If I hear them pack of animals talking trash one more time, they're gonna think I'm short.
see what is in this one.
Nice.
Destruct. If you're not Nisha, you're dead. Watch list. Ruby. Ruby stealing from our own. Josie's above found the remains of what looks like Josie's handiwork. Daniel, who's in shock. Okay, doesn't obey. Carrie has a bit of a conscience. Remains of an old abandoned town south of Nuka-World called Bradburton. Should be good for standard supplies, but nothing of real interest. I said some crazies calling themselves Ubologists have taken over the old cafe by the giant fire hydrant. Gotta admit, I'm inclined to lead them be. Fanatics are always destructive in their own ways. They could be good entertainment from a distance. Grantchester. Trixie found an old roadside attraction called the Grantchester Mystery Mansion. He said it looks to be in decent condition, complete with an annoying tick-taking protectron. It's worth looking into. She had a few slaves in tow, so didn't investigate further. We need to put a team together to check it out at some point. Stab. Shit. Okay. Stabbing wasn't enough. Impressive, she could she has a lot of... Damn! She has to refuse to take damage, man. Okay, so let's not... Oh, for the switch weapon. Taking the...
Consider death a done deal.
Oh, let's see. Okay. Somebody spin me around. It's breakdancing. Come on. Do the spinny spin. Head spin. Hey, you're doing it wrong.
Got a shake on her. Atlas, proud man that he is, takes her up on that offer. And it's not until he's shaking her hand that he hears the beeping. Clever woman that she was, Hope went and strapped herself up with more than a couple of mini-nukes. She knew what she was about. Now, I am told that on that day, the sun might as well not even come up.
Ruth, Sammy just came back with this girl Dixie and brought the best news ever. She said she comes from a place where we'll be safe and protected, called Nuka-World. Finally. I am so tired of trying to live out here on our own, dealing with raiders and finding food and just surviving. We're packing up to leave, and we're out of here. I wanted to leave this message for you.
It's awfully sweet of y'all to welcome a stranger into your home.
You've no idea how happy we are that we ran into you.
Not as happy as I am.
What are you doing? Wait, I thought you were here to...
What's this? I think I'll keep you as my little souvenir.
You got a new helmet. Oh no. We have one guard outside. Kill someone from another gang, don't get caught. Night raid, who's in? Okay, going to runners. Slice and dice. Dead. We're pissing my helmet. You're dead. That's some real pack level shit, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, hell
Let's do a surprise for you in the usual spot. Give me upgrades.
Man, I love that. I already know what's good.
Ruby, don't trust Ruby. She's a backstabbing bitch and needs to be dealt with.
Hey, got some news for you all. Word's getting around that the overboss has been seen meeting up with the head honchos for each of the gangs.
What? Not that low? Someone must have hit me in the head there. Nobody took flight. Okay, so the disciples. I'm just curious about the other faction now, if they care that I killed all these guys, you know.
You're gonna make the perfect corpse.
Blood-soaked ground, well, I just couldn't hold your interest. Now I don't buy what they tell me. And it's fine. I'll kill every last man. No. Baby, with rain in my heart. Bring back the love you stole. I can't stand being apart. I need you here to make me whole. I ain't gonna lie to you all. Love hurts. It really does. I mean, that's what my friend said when he told me the story. Then I went and wrote a song about it. Whatever.
Oh yeah. It is.
Something's up.
Okay, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, I've been enjoying. We finished the main story earlier, so what, I would take a peek at this one. On Steam though, we got a lot, mostly negative reviews about this one though. This is a Nuka-Cola one. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but Nuka-World one. I've done all the other ones. Yeah, well, I was starting to see what it meant to do all the different things, but you have to like take over all the different parts. It's just like me. I'm gonna go for killing all the raiders instead. Especially since I'm using melee, it's a pain in the butt because I have so many laser turrets and stuff like that. It's like, okay, so I actually do need to have a ranged weapon with me pretty much if I'm gonna take them all out. Okay, this one is probably gonna be a rough one. Therefore, I go with killing the raiders instead. Oh my god, what the heck? Yeah, it's the turrets that's the worst. Sometimes they place in such a position it's really hard to reach them. No, I haven't played that one, Fallout 76, and it's nothing that I'm interested in playing. Since it is a lot of online and so on. Yeah, I need to get out a bit. Okay, we're gonna chill. I think we're gonna do like this. Yeah, I'm mostly going one who likes to play for story, so. Oops. But yeah, I heard it's been improved a lot though, with... let's get rid of that. Okay. Had to improvise a little bit how we did that one.
Go out on my own. I traveled through some crazy shit you wouldn't believe even if I told you about it. And I wind up here. Now I find out who Coulter is, and I just march right up to his face and say, well, here I am. Now what? You can see right away that he was impressed. You know, he looks at me and he says, man, you look like hell. How long since you slept?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to kill all the raiders here right now. Uh-oh. Okay. But since we play through all the Fallout games, I've been using, you know, sniper rifles and shotguns and stuff like that. Just with guns, well, unfortunately, it's also now with melee in this one at least. Being kind of easy, you know, even on the hardest difficulties. So the first ones were rough, Fallout 1 and 2. They were mostly because your companions were being dumb. told them to stand, wait, and they still just went in and combat. You had to try and figure out all different ways to, like, okay, you stayed there.
Real quick, whoever gutted an outside trader and piked him in front of the gates, your handiwork was impressive, but not exactly good for business. Maybe keep that shit at home, okay?
I'm not that much of a fan of Fallout New Vegas. Actually, that's not my... The Fallout games I liked so far the most is actually 1 and 2. Which might seem a bit weird, but I found the characters and the world and all that and stories more interesting, and it was more of a better atmosphere. Companions were interesting. Fallout 3 I actually liked though. I like that one. But that's just what I liked, so to say. Everybody likes the different parts of different in the game. Turner is a good one. I like the previous Doom 2. Is it Doom 2016? I like that one better. How much water do I have left, actually? Oh. Yeah, but that's also why I don't play online games, you know, because... I like... because online games are time-consuming. That's the only disadvantage with it. I mean, I like online games, but they just take too much time on all of them.
be here.
By myself without any help at all. Red Eye original, you could say. Hey there, fella, what you doing out here all alone? Hasn't anybody told you you're better off staying home?
Colorful pink undergarments.
Out here on your own. Might run into someone like me, get yourself knocked upside the dome. Give me what you got. I'm only gonna count to 10. Give me what you got. I won't say it again. Punk. I'm the one with the gun, so I'll tell you when you're done. Now give me what you got, and you might just walk away. See the pretty lady looking mighty fine tonight. I'm afraid I'm gonna need all your cash. Don't think about putting up a fight. Didn't anybody tell you that raiders run this town? Too late now, shut that little mouth. I got no problem.
No.
Give me what you got. I won't say it again. I'm the one with the gun. This here's my idea of fun. Now give me what you got, and I might let you walk away. Turn out your pockets, don't hold nothing back.
Okay, let's see. All these poor dogs, man. Pack waster, atom waster.
Yeah, hell yeah. Don't have
Where the heck did you come flying from? Aw. The heck am I still in combat with them? Hey, little monkey. Looks so happy. That smile.
I hear Dixie is looking for volunteers for target practice, and I quote,
Okay. I assume we have to kill Gage too, then. Oh yeah, it's gonna be action in here too.
I mean, friends, when you heard the story, wrote a song about it. Whatever.
To get up.
That's right. We're taking the park. The whole damn thing. Don't shake your head at me. I'm telling you. You just wait. This new overboss is the real deal, man. Get shit done.
There's more people out that way. Mm-hmm. Sure you have me shake? Seriously? Yeah. Cleaned up a little bit.
New boss, huh? Don't worry, I don't cause problems.
Three levels to put in. Hey CJ, how you doing, buddy?
Dr. Bridgman.
Boss, I can't believe it. You killed the raiders. All of them. I have to ask, why?
Raiders steal and kill without remorse. They don't deserve to live.
Can't argue with that. If you ask me, they've had it coming for a long time. I've thought about this day for a long time. Dreamed about it, really. Though I never thought I'd see that dream come true. Now that it has, I'm left with the question that I don't know the answer to. What happens next?
Well, you're free now. You can do anything you want.
Freedom. I never appreciated that word as much as I do right now. You know, I think we should keep this market open. Bring it back to what it used to be. A place where everyone feels welcome. Before you go, there's one last thing I need to say. Thank you. Sincerely, from all of us. Thank you. Wherever the road takes you, know that you'll always be welcomed back here in Nuka-World. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to figure out a way to safely remove these collars.
Hey, Shelby.
The raiders are gone. They're really gone. I can hardly believe it.
Made you itchy?
Anyway, sorry, what did you need,
Itchy
boss?
irritates?
Don't need anything today.
No problem.
No.
Miss Chase,
If you need supplies, then I'm your girl.
let's
That's
see
the
what
wrong
you've
thing.
got.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. We finished the main story earlier, so I just wanted to see what... Decided to check out this DLC that we have left to do. See how it is. Damn, that one gives strength too? Let's see, purified water. Care about right now. Yeah, you can side with the raiders and do stuff with them, but yeah, can't be arsed. I killed them all instead. Easier, quicker option. Just a hassle with doing the other way. Yeah, so we're almost done with Fallout 4 here. Been an interesting journey though.
Games are gone.
But the thing is, the main story in this game is really short though. It just becomes very massive because there's so many factions and you have to travel all over the place doing quests and stuff like that. But the main story is really short. So you can play through the game really quick.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you.
Really? Let's see how this fella is gonna react to the whole thing now. No, I'm not talking about DLCs, I'm talking about side quests in the game. I wonder if I killed him already. Might have happened too. I want my weapon back. This DPS 2520, man. There's some serious DPS on this weapon. But I like the world. It's, I mean, you have a lot. You get a lot of value for the money in this game, though, because it's a lot to discover, and wherever you go, there's always something you encounter. But there's nothing really, you know. It's like pretty much all Ubisoft games, you know. You meet an enemy camp, you clear it out, you get some loot, you sell it. It's like continuing the same thing all over the place. You run around all over the place, find another enemy camp, clear it out. Get some more loot. But it's still like, you know, do farms defending them. This one I can also use pointless because I'm not some enemy with the Brotherhood of Steel anyway. Just outside the Galactic Zone.
Now, like I said, Atlas, he was used to getting his way. So he gathered up a big old army of raiders, marched right up to the town where Hope's gang, the Junkers, was all holed up, and demanded she come out and talk to him.
Didn't pay attention. I must have killed him, Gage, in somewhere. At some point. Or if he ran off somewhere. And as immediately the worst enemy you can fight is robots, which seem to be in all these different places. Especially the robots that blow themselves up after you kill them.
Attention guests. The last outbound tram to the Nuka-World Transit Center is beginning to depart promptly at 11.
I wonder if I can shoot with the... Oops. How badly my aim is with this one, or damage even with it.
Show starts promptly at 9 p.m.
Yeah, shame I don't have much ammo for it. Nuka Station.
Going down. Transit Center. Transit Center. Going down.
Going home.
Por favor, manténgase alejado. We are now arriving at the station. Please be sure to collect any children and personal belongings before exiting the Nuka Express.
Yeah, all our children. Back to Commonwealth. This is gonna be a long trip.
Doc Carrington's been asking for you.
Yeah.
When I'm older, can I explore with you?
Sean, do you want to get out of here? Go live somewhere else with me?
Okay.
We have the location of another synth that was teleported directly into danger.
This is why it just continues after the main story is done. Like,
I'm happy to help.
The location's on.
Get synths and destroy Brotherhood of Steel groups.
You got what it takes to go far with us. I can tell.
The sanctuary.
Would you like me to go with you?
Actually, I'll be back later.
Understood.
It's so short when she's under there.
But even the hard days get easier than the one before.
When we did that mission, she was a lot bigger.
Not much use in a fight anymore. But back in the day, folks used to call me Murphy the Mad Woman. You remind me of a young man I used to know. Never looking for trouble, but always finding it.
Murphy's mom, who always wants to get high. To have her visions.
You know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary. Prepared for the future.
He's here now.
You sure do help a lot of people, don't you?
Yeah. That will be it for Fallout 4. We actually completed all the DLCs, so I was a little bit reluctant for doing the Nuka-Cola, but it was okay. Wasn't anything special in it. So we will start on something else tomorrow then. I mean, what was it? It took 16 days to play through it. Now I have some other games listed up first that I'm gonna play. But I have it installed and ready, so